All right, hello, good evening. It is High Priestess Jamila. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I've been getting some much needed rest. I've been doing a lot of spiritual work for clients. Um, and you gotta sleep sometime, man. Like you gotta sleep. Seriously, get some rest. But I wanted to come and talk because I'm doing money reads and I'm uploading them to Instagram, which my Instagram has been kind of like a ghost town. Hey, Stefan. Yeah, me too. I've been sleeping too. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to come over to Instagram to look at those readings, because I don't have time to upload them over here. Or I might upload them over here. Um, you guys can go and take a look at those readings if you have an Instagram. I'm kind of interested in building up my Instagram audience. So, yeah, definitely come over there and support. Hey, Diane Schaefer, good afternoon to you. Hello. So, I still have 10 readings to do. I can tell y'all that most of y'all, the reason why your money is funny and it is blocked is because of spiritual reasons. Either curses, hexes, or blocks being put on your money. Yeah. That's main reasons why. Could be coming from various sources. I don't want to get into the real scary aspects of it, like as far as the curse and stuff. I know that death magic will block your money. Any kind of death or destruction or doom magic. And let's face it, most people's protection is not up to par. I can tell that a person's protection is not good enough when they say things like, "Oh, I had to leave social media." Pretty much gives me a good sign that the protection is not good enough. If you felt like you had to leave social media, that means that your protection is not on fleek. Okay? That's what that means. Regardless if you just posting pictures to Facebook or Instagram, or just even if you just have a page that you have set to private and you just view other people's pages, and you felt overwhelmed and said, "I got to leave social media," your protection is not good enough. You probably don't even know what you need to protect yourself from, is another thing. Okay. Feel like the main reason why so many people, I was looking at the news this morning though, or was it, no, it was about midnight. And we are not in a recession. Okay. So a lot of people say, "Oh, well, the economy is bad." No, no. If the economy was bad, we would be in a recession. We're not in a recession. I don't know why people say that. And I think that one of those people said that it was a 35% chance of a recession, but we're not in a recession, guys. Okay. A lot of people don't like to hear about this for some reason. It's almost like I could, I can see why people would be scared. I'm gonna tell y'all the number one top reason why your money is funny, and that is because of Mercury retrograde. And it's gonna get worse during Saturn's retrograde coming up in July. It's gonna get worse. Okay. If you guys remember, in 2022, in 22, 23, and 24, I was preaching a lot of spiritual gospel about the retrogrades. If you go back and look at my channels, you'll hear me talking about it a lot. How during these times you got to take action. I have made a whole lot of advancements and gotten a lot more information since then too. Um, oh yeah, thank you. And so that can make it worse is the retrogrades, especially Mercury and Saturn. And Neptune is coming up too. So just get ready for that one because that one can be a trip. But past life, okay, past life regressions. Why you getting mad at her? Yeah, past life stuff is a trip. If you have been, if you have opened up any kind of doorway spiritually, or if it's been opened up for you, and you haven't done anything to work on past life work, which to me is the shadow work, the dreaded shadow work. There are some people that come to me, and I got so frustrated with one of my clients that was with me a few years ago. I got so frustrated with her because she initially came to me to try to get this man back in her life, right? Well, come to find out, she didn't want him back. Come to find out, he just wasn't no good. Okay, he wasn't. And I'm not going to get into all of the details, but y'all got to be careful because some of these men are into some deep spiritual Kabbalah type of stuff. And especially if he's a millionaire, he was a basketball player. I be trying to get in touch with that girl to help her. This dude's a basketball player, okay, in the NBA, a millionaire. And I already did my work to protect myself from whatever it is dude be doing. But she not proactive about it. I be like, girl, what are you doing? Sometimes it's about more than just a love reunion. You got to look at what's happening. And so I told her, I said, this dude is doing all kind of stuff to you. And she knows it because she's experiencing it. His baby mama has access to a lot of funds and gets work done on her and other women. So it ain't just about the simple questions that y'all ask or the things that you want to desire or want to acquire. It's about your safety too. And I don't think it's safe for a lot of you guys, especially if you have a past life. If things are weird in this life and you're just kind of like you've done everything else, you've done cleanses, you've done reversals, and nothing is working, you need to look at your past life. And it's a certain way that you have to deal with that. I mean, it is a very intricate ritual that has to be done. Okay. And I've been working and working and working at it for a lot of my clients. And they do see results immediately. They feel the difference, they see the difference. Okay. But it can be kind of exhausting. Trying to think of what time I stayed up this morning. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock. That still should have been plenty of sleep though. Mm. But I have been working a lot. I've had my cauldron smoking. I just ain't took no video footage of it, y'all. But I've had my big cauldron smoking. So, what are you looking for? Oh, yeah. So, past life stuff. For some reason, people are afraid of it. Why? It's like it's the boogeyman under the bed. And it's, while your past life can affect you, it's not going to kill you to face it. It's not going to do any harm to you to face it. So, and during Mercury retrograde is when we deal with it, and then Saturn retrograde. Now, I feel that we deal with past life stuff during every retrograde, not just Mercury and Saturn, but those are the main ones. Okay. However, every retrograde should be worked on. In fact, and some of my clients, the retrogrades can be used to curse you. Okay. And some people, I found a curse on one of my clients that was done in advance to put her down for the whole year in advance, just straight up during the retrogrades. As soon as the planets went into retrograde, bam, curses on this client. So I had to go through every retrograde and fix it for the client. So some people are going through that. For some reason, the retrogrades make it easier for you to be cursed during any retrograde. And it depends on which one it is. And I'm encouraging all of my clients to try to do as much as possible. I will try to cover you guys under the bare minimum, as far as like with the retrogrades, because yeah, they can be for some reason it's easier to curse somebody during that time. Okay. And you know what I mean? So especially that Neptune in retrograde, and it depends on who's doing the cursing. um I don't curse people. I just bind them from being able to hurt others. I don't like that. I don't like it when people play around with black magic. Y'all know how I am. um but I have in my Placidus, I have in my 13th house, which is Neptune, I have Cancer. I have the moon. So if I curse somebody, it's going to be real devastating. I don't do it. I don't be cursing people like that. But there are some people that play around with it, and I'm not one of them because I just, you know, unless I feel like they deserve it. You know what I mean? But I got and then I think I have let me think, cuz I go by both. I go by both. I go by my houses, the place of this, and then I go by the tropical. You know, when you pull it up on the thing and it shows you the different houses. I go by both of those things. Okay. So, um, I think I have like, can you hold this for me real quick? Never mind. Never mind now. Because I needed to find that one thing. How'd that happen? Anyway, so you know how some of y'all be posting on Facebook, y'all be like 2025 is gonna be my year. Somebody be like, I'm about to curse this person's entire year in advance. Going by the schedule of the retrograde. So y'all better understand, man, the way this stuff is working. And when you got somebody like me that's willing to, that I'm a nice person. I am. Every time I be going through something, people be like, I don't know why people just like to mess with nice people. Jamila, you don't deserve none of that. I'll be like, I know, man, it ain't right. you know, but it's, I don't believe that y'all deserve it either. But yeah, it's one of those cosmic things that, and y'all be thinking it's God, and it be somebody, it be somebody doing the most. Okay, so and I have people referring to me as, here, can you empty this? And not this one, because I'm gonna give that to as an offering. I hear people call me big sister, people call me auntie, people call me because they know they can trust me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do you foul or nothing. I don't do stuff like that. I feel like it's important to keep your good heart out here in this world. And one new thing we've been doing at Divine Services Apothecary is we have been invoking those spirit animal totems. Get into it, y'all. Get into it. I'm telling you. Pretty soon I'm gonna, well, and it'll be totally different by then, but I will have my altar of spirit animal totems. Not a separate altar for them, but just for them all at once. Many of you guys, if you come from Native American um roots or background, anywhere, because there's a lot of white people out there that have that in their bloodline. uh Probably was a good idea for you to have a spirit animal assigned to you at birth. That's the way that they do it traditionally. Well, since a lot of our family members didn't know about it, the elders, we've been completely naked this whole time. We have not had our spirit animal totems. We have not had that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so tired, is because last night I was up half the night assigning each of my children and my grandchildren animal totems. It like why they didn't do that when we were born. Don't get mad at your mother. Don't get mad at your father. Don't get mad at your uncles. That they just didn't know. They had no idea. They were lost. They were taught religion, and it doesn't mean that they couldn't still do it, but it just you know. So a lot of y'all that were from certain different backgrounds, especially if it's Native American, if it's indigenous, if you're, if it's shamanic, they're supposed to be, and it's a whole bunch of other, oh my God. Shamanism has uh really had to evolve in a lot of ways, those of you that come from those traditions and stuff. Okay, so it's never too late. You can be assigned those spirit animals later on in life. It just is what it is. They are supposed to act sort of as guardians for you. Okay. They didn't do that when you were growing up. You can still do that. But there used to be a ritual that they would do to invoke the spirit of those animals to guide you through life. Okay. And so for a lot of you guys, that was not done. Okay. Anywho, so I've been very busy doing work for clients, but I am accepting new clients. Many of you guys need cleanses. Curse reversals are not, or more than what meets the eye. They're not just returned to sender. It's other and extra steps that you have to take. But I do think that people need to really, really, really get into that. Most of y'all money is blocked because of spiritual curses and spiritual meanings. You can say that you belong to a church, but in reality, what is the results? I see so many people bragging and flexing about the church that they belong to. However, they're struggling. They're struggling. I've went through my struggles. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of good luck this year and last year, though. I'm not even gonna lie. My luck has been great. A lot of people, not so good. A lot of other people. I've been very lucky. You know what I mean? With my health and my money. So it's certain things, certain herbs that you need, certain stones that you need. It's certain stuff that you need to deal with that. Okay. But y'all need to know that we went into this, the retrograde curses or a trip. I've been talking about them for a couple of years. Because a lot of y'all be like, as soon as the retrograde started, everything got wonky. Because people will schedule things in advance. There are some people that will take just every date of the retrogrades, and it intensifies. They'll use the retrograde dates as well as the Sabbath dates, okay, to curse you. So, these are the type of, and I can see it, okay, especially when I lay out your cards and I have to lay out, y'all be like, Jamila, what's wrong? Okay, let's look at this. And I have to lay out like 17 cards. I already know what it is. They done cursed your whole year, probably the next 10 years. The good news is that we don't have to go through a bunch of all of that, but we do address the year in advance. So I haven't had the time to do those yearly readings. If y'all don't know, Neptune, I'm sorry, Mercury is a planet that can be used very easily to stigmatize a person. It's such a, Mercury is such a, Mercury is just as powerful as the moon. It is. It's oh man. And then when it comes to Neptune, some of y'all, Neptune is where either your dreams are gonna come true or nightmares are gonna be realized. Hmm. Now you got your ordinary root curses and stuff like that that can be put on you, but some, yeah, y'all, people doing planetary alchemy curses, okay? And I think those are more devastating, okay? They are. So, you know, depends on what I see in the cards. I can pick up on it. Like I said, if you say, Jamila, what's standing in between what I want, my money, I've been trying to do this love reunion, I've been trying to do this and that, you lay them cards out, and I just have to keep laying cards. And that's why I do not flip my deck in no kind of way. I let my deck do what it's supposed to do. If the card is inverted, it's just inverted because it's telling you a story. So you don't manipulate your deck like that, because the cards within itself, while you can use them to manifest, when you're divinating or doing a reading to see what is going on, to resolve a problem, you want to be able to face the problem. So that's why I let my deck do what it does. Every now and then I will face all of my cards upward. I do that every new moon almost. It just happens. They always end up with the inversions. They do, because it's important to actually read it. So, when I see that stuff, then I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, your protections are not thorough enough. It's not thorough enough. I can tell you straight up and down. A lot of people will just light a candle and they'll imagine this glowing light around whoever they wants to protect. And it's got to be a lot more detailed than that. Very detailed. It's an entire ritual that goes from your altar space all the way outside in nature. And you can't just avoid nature. You can't just avoid it, because you're going to have to go outside at some point. You're going to have to open the door, and, so it just is what it is. And then also, some of the less complicated reasons would be chakras being blocked. But again, that connects with the planets also. Okay. What's in the atmosphere. And then there's destiny and energy still. And we're not as excited about that anymore. That's like a simple thing these days. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, but yeah, we can clear that up just by invoking some animal spirits. I'm telling you. What y'all need to focus on is this past life stuff. Cause you'll be wondering what's going on. And then sometimes it comes in during the retrogrades, even if a person is not purposely doing it. And it just sends things out of control. And y'all will say, well, God is in control. Why would God do that to you? But that's what I don't understand. When bad things happen, people relate it to God. Why? Why do y'all think that God just wants to hurt you? I don't understand people's relationship with God. I don't get it, but whatever. You know, I don't agree with that. I don't. Okay, do I don't. But then again, I don't agree that we're born in some kind of sin. I don't believe in that. So y'all know me. You know what I mean? So I ain't even gonna get into it. Okay. So, that's why the money is funny, and that's why it's you having a hard time finding a job or either getting promoted. Um, and it just seems like, and then what comes along with being cursed is possession. And that's when things get really devastating. See, I'm a high priestess. I know when a spirit is trying to possess me. Can't nobody accuse me of being possessed ever. By my own spirits, yeah, but if I feel anything different, if it seems differently different, then you know that you need some kind of cleanse, then I would know. And I'm a self-cleaning person. I think that that's probably what draws the line between a high priestess and somebody else, is that a high priestess is going to be able to cleanse themselves and exercise themselves of spirits, you know. So and I do so many smokings and burnings that I'm constantly clearing myself every single day. Um, I'm about to do another ward for our group because because this ward that I did a few days ago, it's probably about time to get it redone. But I've been working a lot on, as far as like clients, current clients and stuff, just clearing that stuff out. I don't want to discuss how I clear out stuff like that because, information is valuable. And since there's so many people out there that insist on hating me and trying to discredit me, but yet using my knowledge, I'm not going to talk about it publicly. But it's a lot of stuff that my spirits have taught me just in the past several months. Mm-mm. I ain't about to help nobody that don't like me. I'll help my clients, but I ain't about to help. I ain't about to help nobody. Retain my information and then spit in my face. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because, believe it or not, that's somehow how people that don't like you will take your information and use it for themselves and then figure out a way to curse you with it. So I ain't about to get into it. Okay. Um a lot of people are walking around with blocked crowns. And that's gonna be a serious problem. And then also, depending on what you have been taking into your brain, the information you've been taking in, there's quite a significant amount of brain damage as well. Okay. And so that can block manifestations. If you need healing, it'll block manifestations. So healing is needed bad as far as with spiritual healings, because there's certain parts of your brain that are connected with certain metaphysical and spiritual things, okay, or happenings. So I know about the different parts of the brain and how they regulate blood pressure and all of that stuff. But I'm not even talking about that, just that. I'm talking about um, the spiritual gateways and what it is that you're able to manifest. So I do help and assist a lot of practitioners. The problem is that when you're helping practitioners, they want to tell you. But it's like, sis, you came to me though for a reason. Like, obviously I was meant to. They don't know how to sit back and take my advice. Like, they'll, you know, it's like they don't want to listen to the information that I'm giving them. And so I guess it's a pride thing. But so if I tell you that you've got some kind of brain damage, because if somebody been throwing stuff at your head, or if you've been under quite a bit of stress, has led to those receptors being off a whole lot. And that's why manifestation is either slower or it is non-existent. So doing those healings of the brain, the actual different areas of the brain, but you got to know about healing. There's a lot of people that they think healing is stealing people's energy, and that just, mm-mm. It's energy all around us, so there's no need to steal it from anybody else. I mean, I don't understand that, but whatever. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm doing readings over on Instagram because I want to try to build that back up. But I don't know, like, I'm been kind of taking a little break from, like, as far as YouTube is concerned, because it seemed like it's a, I don't know, some kind of something to where spiritual people are kind of always having to be faced with being converted to Christianity, and I think that that's very intrusive. So, I've been kind of backing up away from the YouTube community a whole lot. But there's other discoveries that I've made as far as with protection, as to where, I don't have to leave YouTube for my safety, as far as with, like, the energy that is present on YouTube. There's a lot of people, they like, oh my God, it's so toxic on YouTube. It's so toxic. Yes, it's definitely toxic on YouTube, but why is that toxicity even being able to touch you? Why is that? Okay. And my spirit showed me the why and the how. They showed me why and how the toxic energy from YouTube is able to even touch you. It ain't supposed to. Social media is not supposed to change your life to the point where, you're experiencing negative things in your life. It ain't supposed to be happening like that. Okay. But for some reason, it's affecting people. And a lot of people think, well, if I leave, I guess it depends on who you are. For me, I can't just leave social media. I am, okay, social media is a tool for connecting with my clients and stuff. So, I can't just leave social media. That's like pretty much a no brainer. Okay. And I do think that people do get targeted in social media and they don't even know it. You know, I do believe that, especially if you got a picture of yourself and your family. And there's so many people out there, they just making videos and stuff. And that innocently enough, that's what people are doing. And then you got folk out there that, just want to do harm to people for some reason. They just want to, randomly attack people, you know? So, mm-hmm. Anywho, pretty much what I wanted to talk to y'all about. It's not just money that can be blocked, it can be your love life. What is going on? What's going on with the karmics? How do you deal with the karmics? Because it seemed like the goofy. Why does it seem so unreal? Like, what is this about? You know what I mean? Some of y'all got several past lives playing out at the same damn time. Right now, it's several, meaning that you're being pulled in several different directions. It doesn't shock or surprise me when I see people lose their mind. If you stay that way for a certain amount of time, then it's almost like you don't know how to make your way back to sanity. Stefan said, oh no, I'm not going nowhere, Stefan. I just been, like I said, I just been doing work, and I haven't had enough time to to do the readings, but I'll get as many done as possible. But yeah, there's alchemy curses, and they kick in around Mercury retrograde. They do. And it's not just about Mercury retrograde. Everything that can be used for good can be evil. So Mercury is not evil. Mercury goes into retrograde 3 or 4 times per year. Okay. Yeah, I know. But Stefan, when you got a lot of people that think that they know it all and they're spiritually ignorant, and they really don't know enough, that's why there's no peace and quiet. That's why, yeah. So, and I refuse to be put in a mode where there has to be constant drama and chaos. That's not my presence. It isn't. It isn't. And there's just some people to where it's got to be constant drama and chaos. Some kind of drama always going on. And sometimes I think people believe that that's what gets them popping. It's never served me at all. It hasn't. So, yeah. Can't really learn in an environment like that. You can't really get the messages that you need from your spirits. So, it's not good. Anyway, so if you guys want to know about that, and then also protecting yourself from the retrogrades, like spiritual protection has to be very specific. And there's many, many different elements and happenings that need to be covered. All bases need to be covered when it comes to protection. And I don't think that most people understand how to cover all bases. I didn't even know how to cover all bases. I'm gonna admit to that, especially when it comes to, how do I describe it? When it comes to that dark, mysterious area of life that we don't understand, you know what I mean? So, mm-hmm. Anywho, I'm gonna get off of here. Did One of the things I can tell you is that the readings that I enjoy doing are people that are concerned about their career, concerned about their finances, concerned about their family, or even your relationships. But I like to do readings for people that are open minded, because yeah, there's always going to be somebody that's looking at your woman, looking at your man, but what is actually happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they able to actually be interfere or be disruptive? How are they able to do that? It's a very deep cosmic happening, but a lot of y'all are experiencing past life regressions a lot. And I'm just shocked that not more of the spiritual community talks about that. It shocks me. To the point where people start getting in and practicing their craft, and it's constant chaos because you're not paying attention to that area or that aspect. To the point where you constantly have to do spiritual work, and then you have to keep repeating it over and over again. And then you got some people that are just constantly lighting up a reversal candle constantly. I guess that's being vigilant, but I guess. Mm. And then it still don't serve them, even when they do that. So they're still not getting what they want, even when they do that. And then they'll say, "Oh, it's the economy. We are not in a recession." I did notice that grocery prices went up a whole lot, but we're not in a recession, y'all. We're not. Okay. All you gotta do is look at the news. They'll tell you. All right, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram. I gotta go. Okay. Hmm. Spirits want me to talk a little bit though about your relationships with other people. Very important for you to pay attention to the dynamics and what's happening with that. And a lot of people need to realize why your relationships with other people are the way that they are. And that plays out during the retrogrades. And so it's not, oh, I need to cut this person off, or it ain't always cut this person. Everybody, it seems like everybody is caught up in that trap. It does. It's yeah. There are some people that you do need to cut off for good. For good, like I'm talking about, never again. Of course, but some relationships are being affected. Even familial relationships are being affected for various reasons. Okay, and so it's very important that when relationships are important to you, that you protect them, because you know what I mean. So that's another thing, your love life, your family life. Why is it like that? Why, you know, um, you know, people need to start paying attention to your past lives. In fact, this year alone needs to be work on that. And it's not that you're going back in time and working things out. No. Who has time for that? You got to live life. Nobody has time to go back in time and work stuff out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about blocking that stuff out and getting rid of it, banishing the energy and the spirits and the happenings. Yeah. We're not talking about working it out necessarily, unless it has something to do with a person that's important to you. If you want to work out a situation with a person that's important to you, that you want to keep in your life, then that's different. But if it's some kind of past life history with a person that you don't want around, then you have every right to banish and block out whatever it is that is empowering that person against you. and then they won't have power anymore. Okay, so you guys need to get with me about that too. Okay, KK. All right, y'all. Now I can go. All right. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.